Hello everyone, this video lesson deals with solving problems with fractions, decimals, and percentage. This lesson is found on your Business Math Quarter 1 Module number 3. At the end of this video lesson, you're expected to solve problems involving fractions, decimals, and percentage. Now let's deal with solving problems with fractions. We have here a word problem. So there are 276 senior high school students inside the gymnasium and 512 of them are grade 11 students. The question is, how many are grade 11 students? To answer this question, we must first convert the fraction to its decimal form. That is by dividing the numerator, which is 5, by its denominator, which is 12. So we have 5 divided by 12. That is equal to 0.41667. As you can see, I rounded off the answer up to 5 decimal places so that we can have an accurate result. So take note of that. When we're dealing with decimal numbers, we have to round it off to the nearest hundred thousandths or up to 5 decimal places. So using this decimal number, let's multiply this to 276 since there are 276 students inside the gymnasium. Then with multiplication, upon multiplying them, that is equal to 115. So the other way of solving this is by this. We have here 5 over 12 times 276. We can simply multiply the numerator to the whole number. So 5 times 276, that is equal to 1,380. All over, we have here 12. Copy the denominator, which is 12. So 1,380 divided by 12, that is equal to 115. And our conclusion would be, therefore, 115 out of 276 are grade 11 students. Next, example number 2. So we have here, what is 320 of 480? This question is just the same with this scenario. So there are 480 apples in the storage room and 3 over 20 of them are green apples. So this is how we can illustrate that question. So to answer that, we have to do this. So we have to convert the fraction 3 over 20 to its decimal form, that is by dividing the numerator by its denominator. So we have here 3 divided by 20, that is equal to exactly 0.15, and this decimal number must be multiplied to 480. So we have 0.15 times 480, that is equal to 72. So based on the question, we can now easily answer this one. So what is, so this is x equal 3 over 20 times 480. So this is the other strategy. 3 over 20 times, that is the word of, and then the number 480. Then we multiply 3 times 480, that is equal to 1,440. Then copy 20 as its denominator. Then let's simplify. So we have your 1,440 divided by 20 using your calculator, and that is exactly equal to 72. And this is now our conclusion. Therefore, 3 over 20 of 480 is 72. Okay. Next, example number 3. Dominic is budgeting his allowance for the week, which is 1,500 pesos. If 5 over 14 of his allowance is allotted for transportation, how much is his budget for his transportation expenses? So same process again, we have to convert the fraction to its decimal form, that is by dividing the numerator by its denominator. So we have here 5 divided by 14, that is equal to 0.35714. I just round off the answer up to 5 decimal digits or 5 decimal places. Then this decimal number must be multiplied to the value of the allowance of Dominic, which is 1,500. So 0.35714 times 1,500, that is equal to 535.71. Okay, another strategy, we have your 5 over 14 times the number, which is 1,500, the amount of allowance of Dominic. Then 5 times 1,500, that is equal to 7,500. Then we have to multiply that by 14. So 7,500 divided by 14, that is equal to 535.71. And therefore, Dominic's weekly budget for his transportation expenses is 535 pesos and 71 centavos. Now let's move on to solving problems with decimals. So we have here example number 1. So what is 0.75 of 985? So to visualize, here is the statement. Okay, that which is the same with the question. So there are 985 flowers in the garden and 0.75 of them are red. So now we're going to locate or to identify rather what is the exact number of this decimal number out of 985 flowers. So in this problem, we simply multiply the decimal value to the whole number. So we have here 0.75 times 985. That is equal to 738.75. And therefore, 738.75 is 0.75 of 985. Now, example number 2. What is 3.14 of 5? So all we need to do is to multiply 3.14 to 5. So that is 3.14 times 5. That is simply equal to 15.7. And our conclusion would be, therefore, 15.7 is 3.14 of 5. Example number 3, the distance between Balanga City and Tagaytay City is 187.7 kilometers. Aldrin has already traveled 0.625 of the distance. The question is, how far has Aldrin gone from Balanga City? So same process, we have to multiply the two given values. So that is 0.625 times 187.7, and their product is equal to 117.31. And therefore, Aldrin had traveled 117.31 kilometers far from Balanga City. Let's proceed with solving problems with percentage. We have here an example. So what is 32.86% of 25,843 pesos and 75 centavos? So the first thing to do is to convert the percentage into its decimal form. So we have here 32.86, the percent value. Okay, we have to divide that by 100. So by division, that is equal to 0.3286. Or we can simply move the decimal point 2 places going to the left. So we have your 1, 2, then we add 0. So that is why that is equal to 0.3286 in decimal form. Then after that, we're going to multiply this decimal value to the whole number here. So 0.3286 times 25,843.75. Then their product is equal to 8,492.26. And therefore, 8,492 pesos and 26 centavos is the 32.86% of 25,843 pesos and 75 centavos. Example number 2. A merchandise shop offers 25% discount to its customers as they celebrate its anniversary. If Justine's total bill in purchasing merchandise is 2,754 pesos and 95 centavos, then how much is his discount? So, to answer that, we're going to convert first the 25% to decimal. That is equal to 0.25. Then this decimal value, we have to multiply that to the total bill of Justine. So we have 0.25 times 2,754.95. Then their product is equal to 688.74. And therefore, Justine gets 688 pesos and 74 centavos discount. So that's the answer. Example number 3. A result of survey shows 11% of the total population belongs to the 60 and above age group. If the total population is 321,654, then how many individuals belongs to the 60 and above age group? So to answer that, we have to convert first the percentage to its decimal form. So that is by dividing 11 with 100. So 11 divided by 100, that is equal to 0.11. And this decimal value must be multiplied to the total number of population, which is 321,654. Then we have to multiply both numbers. Then the product is equal to 35,381.94. And our conclusion would be, therefore, there are 35,382 individuals belong to the 60 and above age group. So we use here the whole number. We round it off to the nearest ones because we're dealing with group of people. So there is no decimal value for that. Okay. Here we end our video lesson. So that would be all for this lesson. Thank you so much for your time and see you on our next video lesson. Thank you so much.